So, ESPN's RG3 gave his opinion on Joe Burrow's contract after Justin Herbert signed his. And his opinion is Joe should do exactly what Patrick did. Go for a 10-year contract, $550 million. Now, Patrick, when he signed his 10-year contract, it was actually for 427, I believe, million. So it wasn't exactly 500. It was reported as 500 million, but if you look more into it, it was actually only around 427 with like 113 guaranteed. So it actually wasn't as crazy people made it out to be when it first was reported, but nonetheless, though, it was a very team-friendly deal. They were able to keep majority of their team together because of that deal. So that is what exactly RG3 is suggesting that Joe Burrow does here. Now, to be honest, it does make perfect sense if you look at the fact that Joe Burrow said he was fully confident that we could keep T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and the rest of the guys on this squad all together, even after he signs his massive contract. Because at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, it's going to be a massive contract. He's the best quarterback in the NFL, right? He's going to get the most money. So, and if that happens, as Mike Brown, the owner, said, you can't keep everyone. And it's a pie. And there's only so many slices going around. So if you give majority of that pie to one player, the rest of that pie is pretty much, not much at all. And you're not going to be able to, give that pie to somebody else. So, or slice to somebody else. So, again, if he does end up doing this and taking the $550 million, I think a salary cap expert came out, 4 or 5 months ago we talked about, where they did a 10-year contract that I believe would be 470 some odd million, which again would be more than Patrick Mahomes. And they laid out the whole entire bonuses, all the diagrams for it. And it works out. It really does. The first year, so this year upcoming, he would be making around 20 million. And then it goes like 20, 37, 47, 77, 57, and then so on and so on. It all adds up to like $470 million. And again, a lot of that is just being backloaded. The contract gets backloaded because then you're able to, keep your players for the next 4 or 5 years. And then in the future, you kind of rework the contract, restructure it, and you're able to push it out even farther. And again, it would work. I have no problem with anyone saying that, Burrow should take a 10-year contract. At the end of the day, it's very obvious here. Joe Burrow is going to be a Bengal for life. This is not an Aaron Rodgers situation. This is not a Brett Favre situation. This guy is going to be on one team and one team only. So it's really about locking him down for his career at this point. So a 4 or 5 year contract isn't really changing much, or isn't really going to be a big, thing here. Because again, this is not in 5 years. In 5 years, Lamar Jackson might not be a Raven. So and that's possible, right? So with that being said, it does also come down to what, Joe Burrow wants. Does he want money or does he want legacy? Patrick took the 10-year contract, as he said himself, because he wants legacy over money. He wants the best legacy possible. And while yes, he cares about money, it's really second to him. So that's why he wanted to take the 10-year contract. And based on what we have seen and heard from Joe, it seems like he is about legacy. He's about keeping the band together, keeping everyone together. So while it's, one or two choices here, he could, one, either take the 5-year, 200 and probably 65 million. In all honesty, that's going to be the next person on the list here. Or you could take a 10-year contract and again maybe go into the $550 million range, which sounds like a lot more money, but in the end, what ends up happening is it gets backloaded, right? So the money gets structured a little bit differently because over 10 years you can structure money better than over 5 years. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see. Now that Justin Herbert got his contract and everything is solidified and settled, yeah, we're probably going to see a Joe Burrow contract now done before the end of training camp. which is really freaking awesome because that means we're going to go into the season now with Joe Burrow under contract, find out how much he's costing the cap, how much, we have for other players like Logan Wilson, Jamar Chase, Cheeto, DJ Reader. We have a whole list of, kind of a blueprint. And as I said before, that's what we want to see. We want to see a blueprint that once Joe gets done, where are we going moving forward? Because that's going to dictate everything. I mean, it's going to dictate who you're going to have on your team this upcoming following year after this year. So I don't know. My personal opinion is, and I'm going to say this because, as I said, I have no problem with people like RG3 here coming out and saying this. But at the end of the day, I mean, while yes, I like to speculate as a fan, I like to speculate as a YouTuber here. It's none of my business. At the end of the day, it's what Joe wants. And either way, either or, if he takes the 10-year option, he takes the 5-year option, whatever is best for Joe is, in my opinion, the best, right? Because I know as fans, we kind of fall in love with the aspect of we want the player to think a certain way or do a certain thing or, do this, do that. And at the end of the day, this is their life. This is his money. This is his legacy. You know what, Joe? Do whatever is best for you. If it ends up not working out for the team as much, then it is what it is. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.